Okay, so what I got here is a 1967 Plymouth Fury III. I brought it up from our lot just the other day, actually. This car is going up for sale. I actually may have a buyer lined up for it already, but I figured I'd do a quick little run around on it before it left. It's a pretty cool car. It's a Fury 3, two-door. It's a 1967. You know, runs, moves, stops, power steering, manual brakes, drums all the way around. Who knows how many miles are actually on it, but according to the odometer, 37,785. May have rolled over, maybe not, who knows. Working radio. Heat. It was a factory AC car, however the air conditioning components do not appear to be under the hood anymore. The interior is actually in pretty nice shape. Seats don't seem to have any rips in them. Equally nice in the back. Car's kind of edgy, but considering how old it is, it really isn't that bad. Let's look under the hood. Little 318 LA block. I believe that is a LA motor, not a poly. New battery. Runs good. No, not really many emissions components on this car. Single exhaust. Still has the points ignition in it. Has a factory 2-barrel. See? No power brake booster. Manual brakes. Pretty good running car. It's pretty straight for the most part. It has some rust. Fortunately, tops of the fenders took a toll. The car really hasn't been on the road all that much. I've done some local driving with it. Yeah, lower quarters, pretty rotten. Yeah, for the most part though, it's a pretty nice car. Pretty fun to cruise around with. Not the nicest Fury in the world, but pretty damn cool. Easily restorable too. And if nobody picks this car up, I'll probably just keep it and fix it myself. It is that good. Runs like a champ. For a drive down the block. Alright. Oof, those manual brakes. She's a big girl too. All the gauges work too. Very fun to drive these old cars around. It's one of my favorite things to do. I love cruising around with some of this stuff. Getting in the car, I noticed it didn't have any seat belts at all, and I did some research. Seat belts were not even mandatory in vehicles till 1968, so there is a chance this car may not have had factory seat belts in it. Do not know that for sure. I'm only 21 years old. I was not alive long enough to really know this information. But that's going to be an interesting explanation to the cop. Something else cool about this car, it has the factory vents down there. These knobs down below the dash, they pull out, and then it has a ductwork underneath the dash that blows cool air out from the outside. So that's pretty nice. It helps keep the flow going. That way you don't have stagnant air in the car. You're not roasting to death driving down the highway. They actually thought about stuff back then. Not everything had air conditioning. Temp gauge seems fine. It's got about a quarter tank of gas, which is accurate. Amperage gauge is working. The thing that's not working, unfortunately, is the clock. That kind of irritates me. Headlights, turn signals, all that works. She's a good cruiser. Definitely in need of some love, but for the most part, pretty badass car. Even his little getup, even with that little 318 in there. Yep, that's the Fury.